if you are putting down 10,000 per month and ile pesa ulifaa kupata kila mwaka maybe ni 1M, then you reduce your money to 1,500.
God forbid, I've been saving for this kid, but 5 years later the kid passes. What happens?
Wewe ulikuwa contribute maybe for 5 years, plan ilikuwa ya 10 years, unaona hii imenishinda kabisa. You can easily come back to this policy and terminate it. What you get.
Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. My name is Martin, in case you're here for the first time. Na sisi ni watu wa insurance. We do civic education as well as reviews on insurance, especially within the Kenyan market. In today's video, we are responding to your questions kama kawaida, and we have a guest, not really a guest, but a frequenter. Kuna kitu kama hiyo. A guest who has always been here with us to help us learn more about insurance. Na leo tuko na swali. Ni mtu anataka kujua what is the difference between saving for education with a bank vis-a-vis insurance policy. Uko hapo maybe ulianzia safari ya inaitwa piggy bank ama ile Jubo junior account with a bank na umepatana na mtu wa insurance, and you, of course, you know we know how to do these things so mtu anakuambia you need an education policy, but for you understand that you have an account with the bank that you are saving for education. Okay, so what is the difference between saving for education with the bank vis-a-vis insurance company? So we want to understand kabisa. We learn in terms of interest, we learn in terms of what is contained in a policy, education policy that is from insurance company, that is not contained in a bank account. Okay, so we are about to learn that, and in a few I want to introduce my guest, ndio tupeleke pole pole, si ndio? So I hope you are enjoying, and if you are enjoying, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, leave a question in the comment section, because in the next video we'll be responding to your question. Okay, subscribe as well, be part of this community. Let's get into the video. So I want you to introduce yourself and then utupeleke tu pole pole.
Okay.
Mtu anataka kusave, ameambiwa anunue policy na mtu wa insurance, lakini anasema akona bank account, amekuwa akisave na this bank A.
Okay.
So why should I have an insurance policy na niko na bank?
Let me start by thanking our viewers.
Yes.
Our big audience.
Yes.
And let me say, my name is Elijah Mwai. I'm a financial advisor. So this is a question that have been coming up so many times for good reason. Yeah, there are those who believe, well, I would rather put my money in a bank account, yeah, or what you refer to as piggy bank.
Piggy bank.
Piggy bank, yeah.
Yes.
Whereas there are others who believe that insurance has its own share of benefits.
Yes.
So the very first thing is that we both agree that whether you are doing it through the bank or the insurance, it is important to put aside something for your child, because whether you like it or not, that child will have to go to school. And what you are avoiding is a scenario where now the kid is grown and the head teacher of the school is demanding some money.
Yes. And
you don't have the money. So at least you having the thought of putting something aside is very, very important. So let's get to what makes the difference. Yeah, we have here, let me do a diagram here. We have one guy who is doing a bank, and we have a guy too who is doing an insurance. Yeah, the essence here we've said is to assist you. Yeah, to assist you, so that this being you here and this being your kid, you are putting something aside every month, so that by the time this child is joining maybe secondary school, you will have saved money, and this money will have earned you some interest. But the question is how much, depending with the institution. So for a person saving with the bank, what you are able to do is that you are able to consolidate, yes. But above that, nothing else. There are no interest, because majority of time you are given a pig or a piglet, and you are putting something possibly every month, and this piglet or piggy
Pig bank.
pig bank will be opened at the time of your child joining school. So there's no interest. Number two is that in the event of something happening, maybe a good thing, you can easily break this pig bank. So it is good, but you having the access over that fund, you are very, very likely to spend that money
midway.
Yes, midway. But when you talk of insurance, what we are saying is that
It's a locked account.
It's a lock-up account. But the essence of an insurance, let me put it from the onset, it's not about profit. If you look at it from that angle, it loses value. Yeah, the essence of an insurance is, number one, to create you value or invisible value immediately. What do I mean by this? That umechukua ka policy kenye maybe una save 10,000 every month. Yeah, the sum assured is 1 million. So in the event of a tragedy, even if you've saved for 1 year, that is maybe 100,000. Yeah, your family doesn't get 100,000. Rather, it gets 1 million.
The money that you're supposed to be given
Yes,
at the maturity.
At the maturity, you get it. It's like you have created it there. Yeah. Or
You have been assured in case of
hata
an event
ikihappen
happening.
Yes, hata ikihappen how soon value yako ni 1 million. Sio hiyo yenye umeweka, unlike vile umeweka hapa kwa bank. Kitu ikihappen mbaya, the family can only collect
the amount that you have saved.
Absolutely. So that is one of the things that makes a majority of us take insurance. But let me put it this way. Insurance is not a religion that lazima you believe in it. There are those people who don't see the value, but look at it from an angle of you having a medical cover. Yeah, you are told, put that 40,000, but in the event of an illness, we shall pay 1 million. The education plan is very, very similar to that. You are told, put 10,000, but in case of anything, we should give you 1 million in the event of either death or disability or even critical illness. Yeah, so that is one aspect. Number two, benefit of saving with an insurance is that because you are denied access over this fund, you are therefore it allows you to save. It gives you some kind of discipline of money. Personally, I have a bank. Yeah, and I spend a whole year nikisema bado nitasave. Mwaka inaisha, ingine inaisha, but mtoto hajaekelewa jiwe. So you end up not really doing because or not being able to save because you have the access over this fund when it is in a bank account. But I'm not saying it is bad. It's a bad idea. It's good, but the approach is it's poor.
Yes, it's poor.
It's a poor approach.
Yes.
So one we've said is that you create an invisible value immediately. Number two is it gives you some kind of discipline that once you put some money in this account, because of its inaccessibility, huwezi rudisha mkono hapo. And thirdly is that an insurance gives you what we call a guarantee. Yeah, that if hii plan imefika mpaka mwisho, utapata the benefit because number one, hata kama si a profit sana, iko na some interest aspect.
Okay.
Ngawaje hiyo sio the main thing. The main thing for an insurance is protection. That in the event of anything happening, the child automatically becomes the responsibility of an insurance. But if you don't have an insurance and something bad happens to you, would the bank take care of that child?
No.
So that
That's
makes
the whole
the difference. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you would say you use both institutions, but for different purposes.
For different purposes. For a bank, it's good, but it's for managing what we call our emergencies. Ama wacha tuseme ukweli ni kupitisha pesa.
Ni kupitisha
pesa. Or when you really need to access a good loan, you can approach these people. Yeah, because sometimes it becomes very, very hard for you to grow without a loan. A loan is a good thing.
Yes.
But when we talk of insurance, it kind of protects your wealth. Ile kazi umefanya mingi inakwambia you put something small, but when something happens to you, your family would not really struggle.
Yes.
When
we are taking insurance, there's this question that you ask about is it age? Age, of course, is a factor, and also health.
Yes.
Can you maybe clarify what are the implications of either a condition, health condition, or for someone who is old?
Yes.
What are the differences?
Okay. So why they bring in this
the
issue of age and health is because of one simple reason. The older you get, the more vulnerable you become, or susceptible, ama you are more likely to get illness, which can possibly cause death. Yeah. So they are likely to charge more for elderly people than the younger people. Yeah, it's more of the same. The health, if you are healthy, because in insurance, si tunasema as much as ni education, bado iko na protection side.
Yes.
So you should always declare that I have this condition and this, because in the event something happens like death, there is what we call a detailed report for the cause of death. If they discover that you had a condition, that is why you took up an education plan, because you know they will take care of that family. You may end up, or your family may end up being frustrated. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's the same as when buying a vehicle. I mean, when buying a cover for a vehicle.
Yes.
You need to give details. Yeah, maybe the details that you need to give. Kuna kitu nilikuwa nanisomesha about utmost good faith.
Yes.
You need to come clean.
Yes. If you want, okay, because education plan or education policy ni a contract. It's an agreement between two parties. Tunataka tukuje sisi wawili tukiwa very, very clean. You give me all the conditions, I give you all my status.
Yes.
The age, the health status, so that I'm able to charge you right. Yes.
Okay.
If we discover that you had a condition and you didn't disclose, we do a refund. Ile pesa wenye ulikuwa umecontribute sisi tunakurefund. Yes.
So are there cost implications for someone who is ill?
Yeah.
Okay. Am I going to pay more in terms of premium?
You are going to pay something slightly more than the person with no health condition.
Okay.
Yes.
So are there conditions maybe you wouldn't take a policy? Maybe kuna mtu akona cancer, unaweza chukulia mtoto policy?
Yeah, you can take, but of course you must declare. Otherwise, if something happens and you discover that you had a condition and you didn't really declare, let me say it again, what we shall do is we shall refund.
Oh, refund.
Yes, we shall do the refund. Wewe hutapoteza pesa yako. Pesa yako tutapatiana, lakini vile iliku with no interest. Yes.
Okay. Something else, nimechukua policy and I'm projecting to save for this kid for, let's say, 13 years.
Yes.
Na nimesikia at this point I'm comfortable to contribute 10,000 shillings. Then along the way something happens, like would say COVID happened.
Yes.
Nobody was prepared for it. So nilikuwa na contribute 10,000, but at some point I lose my job and I feel 10,000 is too much for me because I have other bills.
Yes.
So what are the options at that point?
So we usually have 3 options. Option number 1 is that you can reduce how much you are putting per month, but of course this one has an implication on what we call your fund value. If you are putting down 10,000 per month and ile pesa ulifaa kupata kila mwaka maybe ni 1M, then you reduce your money to 1,500. Of course hii 1 million
ile pesa ulikuwa upata pale mwisho
ita reduce with the same proportion.
Okay.
So that is one. You can reduce if you are stuck along the way. Number 2.
So minimum is 1,500.
Minimum is 1,500.
Okay.
But of course that one depends with the company.
Okay.
Number 2 is what you call the you can first of all stop by informing your agent so that he can communicate to the right channel. So you stop and the company can give you what you call a holiday, maybe of 2 years, so that you go sort out your things and then come back. Then you can pick from where you left, and you don't necessarily need to pay the arrears. Wewe unaweza endelea mpaka mwisho, but because kuna kagapu ulikuwa umebakisha hapa, ndio tutakarusha kule mwisho. That is what we call redating.
Oh, so if my policy was supposed to mature 2030,
yes,
na nimechelewa na miaka 2, so it's going to mature
2032. Exactly. So that is the second option.
And but before we go to the next option, there's something that you have mentioned, informing your agent.
Yes.
What if I didn't know that I was supposed to inform my agent, na nimejipata nilikuwa 2 years ago.
Yes.
I was contributing, but sikuwa najua nilikuwa nafaa kuinform my company.
Yes.
So what are the implications of not informing the company?
Well, there's no big difference whether you inform them or not. However, the essence of you informing your agent is because he can remind you, he can keep on reminding you so that you don't forget the original idea, why you really wanted, because vile unakaa bila ku contribute, you may end up really losing interest. But with the agent's knowledge, they keep on pushing. You know how agent behave.
Yes. Okay. So keep an eye at the goal.
Yes.
All right. So what else do I want to? Maybe you can add something else.
Yeah. So the last option.
The last one, yes.
Yeah, is the first one we have talked of
reducing,
redating, and lastly is surrendering. Wewe ulikuwa contribute maybe for 5 years, plan ilikuwa ya 10 years, unaona hii imenishinda kabisa. You can easily come back to this policy and terminate it. What you'll get is let me not say specifically how much, because it is computed by the underwriters depending with the stage. Kama policy yako let's say ilikuwa ya miaka 7 na umeterminate at mwaka wa 5, of course hutapata ile pesa kume contribute,
because you may breach the contract.
Yes, you may get slightly higher than the much you have, depending with where. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Another question that is very important. God forbid I've been saving for this kid, but 5 years later the kid passes. What happens?
So when the child dies, because those are things that we have witnessed, if he dies, you can opt to continue with the policy and get them payouts. Because the money, we pay the money directly to your account. Wewe unaweza jipanga nayo na njia ingine. Yeah. If the child dies, you may opt to terminate the policy, because the purpose of it was for this kid. If you don't have a child close to the age of the deceased. Yes.
All right. So I hope we were able to answer most of your questions. Now keep sending those questions. Hata kama sio education, you can also send us a different question, whether it's an investment. Kama ni money market, of course nimekuwa na watu wanauliza mambo ya money markets na niliwaonyesha in a previous video, so make sure that you go back and watch that video, because we want to help you make the right decisions in as far as buying policies is concerned. So thank you very much. I hope you have liked this video, and leave a comment, leave a question, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video. Until we see you in the next one, God bless you and bye bye.